Hi people, as the title implies, this is not a review. It's just my opinion on this game as someone who's never played a hack and slash, dungeon crawler, looter before. I just wanted to share the experience I had with this game, and I guess with anyone who has enough time to waste to listen to my bullshit opinions. I feel like I should state before anyone carries on listening to this drivel. This is just my initial reactions and thoughts. I've put about 8 to 10 hours into the game, maybe more, I don't know. So for those people who want to know about the long term and the end game, which I'm fully aware is where most of the community spends its time, this isn't the place to be. But if you're just after a quick rundown of what the game is and want to know if it's the sort of game you'd be into playing, then sit back and try and enjoy.
More fury.
Why Diablo, you might ask? 3 reasons. 1. I've never played a hack and slash looter before. 2. Diablo 4 was just recently announced, which spiked my interest. And most importantly of all, it was on sale. So you start off by picking one of 7 characters. I just picked the first one as I couldn't be asked to read all the information about them. And all I wanted to do was smash the crap out of a load of monsters with a big ass sword. So I picked the big fucker, the Barbarian. Still not sure if I picked the good one, but too late now. The worst thing about starting any new game is doing all the boring tutorial and intro crap. I've played some games where it takes you a couple of hours before the game actually starts and sets you free without holding your hand. Final Fantasy 15 springs to mind. But Diablo is not one of these games, so don't worry. I've started the game, straight away I was smashing the shit out of things and being a badass. And when you do run into an NPC and get the story moving forward, the conversation is short and gets straight to the point. And for an added bonus, you can skip all the conversations as well. Because let's face it, does anyone really care about the story in these sorts of games? I don't think so. Although, I will say this, the cinematic cutscenes are pretty cool, and I can honestly say I never skip them. Ever. I guess you should really say something about the story for those of you that actually want to know. There's a dude that's old, he dies pretty quick. He also has a beard. There's a lot of beards in this game. There's this chick who's related to the old dude. She gets all annoying and cries a lot. She's also got some weird power that she doesn't know how to control, but let's face it, if her power was that good, we'd be playing as her, wouldn't we? There's also this dude that fell from the sky who can't remember who he is, but turns out he's an angel that's looking out for us by not doing anything to help me crush all these monsters and just being plain useless. Go home, angel. You also get these companions that tag along with you, which are fine because they don't eat into your resources and you can just use them as cannon fodder really. Other than that, I found them pretty pointless. There's a guy who wants to screw anything with a pulse or steal anything with value. He made a couple of funny remarks. I basically kept him around because he's a bit of a dick, not because he was the most useful or anything. Before I move on to gameplay, I really should mention one thing that I was impressed with. Load times. They're basically non-existent and it's awesome. I don't even have time to check my phone. I never thought a game would be the thing that dragged me off social media. All the checkpoints and walk points are well placed and allows the game to flow and move at a pace I've never really experienced. Honestly, from the moment you pick up the controller, the game just doesn't stop throwing shit at you. And when that shit is hundreds of monsters, that's not a bad thing. I guess it's about time to talk about the gameplay. First off, the progression systems and leveling systems progress at a steady rate. It doesn't take long at all to start unlocking different attacks, perks, weapons, all that sort of stuff. Unfortunately, it doesn't really matter, as the character I was, if you can remember, it was the Barbarian because he was the first one on the list and had the biggest weapon. Oh yeah. But as I found out later on, the best reason for picking the Barbarian is he starts out with the best attacks. You unlock plenty as you progress, and you unlock them quickly. But unfortunately, I found most of them crap and pointless. There's one where you spin around in circles like a dancing Viking. Now that sounds pretty cool in fairness, but the attack you have to get rid of, to look like Dwayne Johnson doing a dance routine for the next movie, is you summon a huge hammer from God knows where, and you smash the shit out of anything in your way. Honestly, it destroys anything in front of you. Even Thor would get a little hard for this. Use it. Most of this game's gameplay is pretty basic. It has a locked camera position, single button attacks, and it's a button bashing marathon. I'd invest in a new controller. There is slightly more to it than that, I'm sure, and I've made it sound pretty boring, but trust me, it's not. It's so much fun. I never thought it would be with what on the surface seems to be a simple gameplay. But it is. What can I say? I haven't even mentioned the best part of this game. the dungeons and the loot. When you go to a new area or a new dungeon, you get a new map and a location to discover. Watching that mini-map reveal itself as you're venturing around is so satisfying. And once you get to where you're going and find that loot chest or that boss that you've got to kill, and you discover all that delicious loot that he's dropped, you're happy for like 5 minutes. Then you equip it and become a new level of badass. But then you realise that the next dungeon has got even more powerful loot to go get, so you just got to go. It's so addictive. I'm pretty sure this is what heroin addicts feel like. Just need that lovely golden brown loot. I know there's an end game to this, like I said at the beginning, and that's where it really opens up. But if you've never played it before, or a game like it, then I don't think you're going to keep playing further than just the main game. Please prove me wrong. If any part of this has sparked your interest, then I would suggest picking it up and giving it a try. Plus it's playable with 3 other friends, and that's great fun. I don't have 3 other friends, but playing it with 1 was good, so get your mates to buy it too, and then send me an invite, please. Well, I hope this has helped anyone who, like me, had no idea what this game was, and probably still doesn't, but I will say this, I will be buying Diablo 4 on launch day.